So with that, it's time for election night in college football. And we start at the decision desk can make the call. In the state of Texas, it is too early to call. Is Arch Manning a bust? It's one game. And I actually thought Arch played pretty well those last two drives. You know, he throws the ball a little bit behind the receiver, but the receiver's not even looking for the ball. Then Arch is out there, and he's throwing the ball. I thought it was a beautiful fourth down pass that the receiver didn't catch. Then the last one, it was a touchdown. In the state of Ohio, is Matt Patricia, Matty P, is he a genius? The decision desk says too early to call. I was impressed by Matt Patricia. Again, Belichick set him up to fail as an offensive coordinator. He was awful, just awful with the Eagles. But back at Ohio State, people think he's been taking Ozempic. I actually thought Matt Patricia, not bad for his first start. 7 points he holds Texas to. They turn him over. Just very efficient on both third down and fourth down. But it's just one game. Again, it's too early to call. In the great state of Ohio, it is too early to call. Ohio used to be a swing state. Now it's not. It's too early to call, according to the networks. Matty P, is he a genius or not? Though, with 8.3% of the vote, and 8.3 is one game, we can make the call in the state of Alabama, in which Kalen DeBoer is not Nick Saban. He's not going to be Nick Saban. And I'm just going to tell you, and our Photoshop job here on the stream, not very good. I'm just going to tell you Kalen DeBoer is going to fail at Alabama. I know, $70 million. That is what the buyout says, $70 million. And I know people are like, Alabama's not A&M. They can't afford that kind of buyout. They'll figure it out. What's going to happen is Alabama's going to lose more games like they did last year. And when they lose those games, what's going to happen is they're going to come to an agreement. DeBoer will get $30 million, and he'll go back to go coach in the Big Ten. But our decision desk can call the race. In the state of Alabama, Kalen DeBoer will not replace Nick Saban effectively. He will fail at Alabama. In the state of Florida, is FSU back? The decision desk says too early to call. It is too early to call. I will say this, credit to the Gus bus. I was a little surprised when Gus Malzahn left being a head coach at Central Florida, which is technically a Power 4 job because you're coaching in the Big 12, to go be the offensive coordinator at FSU. But I'm going to give the Gus bus some credit because he absolutely kicked that ass and absolutely lit up and exposed Alabama. We saw 2 years ago Florida State go undefeated. I thought they got completely and utterly fucked by the playoff committee. I don't think you should be penalized for winning every game and your quarterback got hurt, so what? But they did. Last year was an unmitigated disaster. It was a total train wreck. And I got to say, I got to give credit where credit's due. So far through 1 week, looking pretty good. We can also make a call in the state of South Carolina. Clemson, not contenders. Let's just call it how it is. Not contenders. This is what Clemson does. Now that Trevor Lawrence isn't there anymore, now that old buddy Deshaun Watson, he's not there anymore, this is what Clemson has done in the transfer portal NIL era of college football. They start the year off ranked inside the top 10. They lose to the SEC. They mop up against horrible, and I mean horrible, ACC teams. They end up in the ACC title game. They're going to win the ACC. They're going to end up in the playoff, and people are going to say, oh, my God, is there a real shot there for South Carolina? Is there a real shot there for Cade Klubnik? Is there a real? And I'm here to tell you the answer is no. We can make the call in the great state of South Carolina. Pretenders. It is too early to call in the great state of South Carolina. Lenora Sellers as QB1. in the 2026 NFL draft. Arch, who went into the week as QB1 in the 2026 draft, Arch, not that impressive, obviously, against Ohio State. So he's got to go down a couple pegs. I thought Lenora Sellers looked great. I thought he looked great on Sunday against Virginia Tech, but the decision desk says it's too early. They didn't totally light it up. Garrett Nussmeier is still out there, had a good week against Clemson. Cade Klubnik certainly down the list. Drew Allard didn't play anybody, which we'll get to that great state of Pennsylvania here momentarily. But it's too early to call. I will say, when it came to Lenora Sellers, I saw some Steve McNair in him. You know, that just country strong, that tough, athletic, physical quarterback, good arm, good mobility. I got to give it to Sellers, but it's too early to call. We can call the race in the great state of Pennsylvania, which has kind of been the teetering point now in these elections. We can call it. James Franklin is nuts. Did you see what James Franklin did at the end of the game in the Penn State versus Nevada game? I wasn't watching the game. If it wasn't for social media, I would not have, by any stretch of the imagination, I would not have even known this happened. They're up by 30 against crappy Nevada. The play clock is going down. And James Franklin is running to the referees and screaming about the play clock. The game ends. CBS puts up the final graphic. And yet, James Franklin's still yelling at the refs. I mean, look, he's been successful. He's nuts. I mean, this guy's crazy. We can call it in both the states of California and the state of Tennessee. Two great states. Nico Iamaleava sucks. He sucks. Period. He sucks. So, Joey Aguilar goes out there for Tennessee, and he lights it up, throwing the ball up and down the field, and Tennessee fans are saying, you know, maybe Joey Aguilar was just a better fit for Josh Heupel's offense than Nico Iamaleava was. And I said, okay, maybe. But let's see. Iamaleava in a game nobody watched. I mean, he got his ass kicked. He stinks. Nico Iamaleava, 11 of 22, 136, one touchdown, one pick. 5 yards per attempt. Excuse me. 6.2 yards per attempt. 5 yards average air yards per attempt. He sucks. And the decision desk can call it. We can also make a call in the new swing state of North Carolina. Bill Belichick has officially lost it. His marbles are gone. Gone for good. Gone forever. I don't know if they're coming back. Tom Brady broke his brain. Since then, he's done stupid thing after stupid thing, like dump Linda Holiday, like put Matt Patricia in as offensive coordinator along with Joe Judge, going to college football, and after getting his rear end spanked, belt to ass by TCU, who was unranked, it's obvious the Jordan era for Bill, just a sign of an old man who is absolutely, totally freaking lost it. We can call the race there. The decision desk says Bill Belichick has lost it in the great state of North Carolina. I'm actually surprised Bill made it to the first week. And then we've got to get to our final race, and we can call this, and this is a national one, ESPN. We can call the race for Lee Corso as the greatest college football commentator of all time, surpassing Keith Jackson. No disrespect to Keith Jackson. Whoa, Nelly. Did you see how Lee Corso was absolutely stellar with his picks on Saturday? He did not miss, and that includes getting Florida State, which was a hard pick for Lee Corso. And of course, Brutus the Buckeye, one final time. We can call it Lee Corso is the GOAT of college football broadcasting. And I have to say, there was kind of a tear in the eye when I saw Lee Corso for the last time, and I saw them give him that standing ovation, and he had the Brutus the Buckeye hat on, and he did the wave. There was a tear in the eye at that great career of Lee Corso's. The other stuff, we'll see. The race is too early to call, but that one we can call from the decision desk. That's it for us. We are out of here today.